Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome to Broad Ideas. I feel weird sitting over here across from you guys.
You look really young right now.
I look really young?
Yeah.
Thank you?
Yeah.
I don't know that I like looking young.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree either.
I just have a ponytail for a change.
Anyone's listening to this and doesn't realize we're on video too. So you can go to YouTube and search Broad Ideas and watch us do this.
Watch us talk.
Watch us talk.
Yeah.
Instead of just listen. You can listen
Watch
and
us
watch.
talk.
Do it at the same time.
Just watch us talk.
Yeah,
Listen to it in reverse.
it'd be great if you hit play at the same time.
It's like the Wizard of Oz and Pink Floyd.
Yeah. You might
Totally
hear
the same comparison.
the devil speak. Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
subliminal.
no. Yeah.
Yeah. If you
What?
listen to us backwards, we're doing
Illuminati.
satanic messaging.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's not true. That is not true, Rachel.
Today we have the lovely Ariel Winter.
Yes, we do.
Everyone obviously knows her from Modern Family, but she has a new movie coming out
Called Tripped Up.
called Tripped Up, which looks really cute. A fun little road trip, girlfriend, getaway. And we had a really lovely conversation with her, so we should welcome her.
We should.
We should.
Yeah.
Ariel, come on in. Come on down. Yeah, it's so pretty. The color,
Thank you.
everything.
We might have taken a screenshot for our best friend so that she can match it.
That is very flattering. Thank you. Well, if it makes you feel better, this is all fake hair. Like I dyed my hair this color, but the majority of this hair is fake.
That does make me feel better.
If it's helpful, yeah, because when I see people who have like my boyfriend's sisters and his mom have the most gorgeous, full, long hair. Like it looks like this, but it's fully natural.
Yes.
And I find that really offensive.
So
I do too.
Okay, I feel better.
So much money to get this shit like looking great, and it's just free for them. It like looks like natural. It's honestly, it's pretty offensive, but that's okay. I can't be out here like that.
Right.
Better
Okay, good.
vibes.
But I feel like it's a thing, you know? And growing up, if your best friend had straight hair and I had curly hair, it's always like you want what you don't have.
Right.
I know. I've always envied the people with like beautiful curly hair. And then they were always like, but your hair's so like straight and like flat and it doesn't get frizzy. And I'm like, yeah, but like it's so boring.
No, it's
No,
goals.
see, if you can shower and let your hair air dry and with nothing, that's the dream.
That is the
That's
dream.
the goal.
Yeah, that's what they always said. And I was like, but it's so flat. And they were like, you don't get it.
You
And
don't
I
get
was
it.
like, "You're right. I
You
just
don't.
don't get it.
I
right.
still don't think you get it.
I don't get it. I still don't. You're not wrong. I still do not get it. I want to get it. I do.
Oh my gosh. You are so cute and beautiful. And I know we're going on about
thank
your
you.
hair,
I
but
know.
you yourself, it's so nice to meet you and talk to you.
It's so nice to meet you too. Sorry, I'm like keep fiddling with this. I don't know why. I have like ears that are not good with these little earbuds.
Yeah,
but
no, they like pop out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we are, don't mind me. I'm just being weird with my ears, but we're good.
I was weird with my ears last night.
What do you mean?
Okay. Have you ever worn earplugs to sleep?
I have not. I'm a little bit too worried that I wouldn't hear someone if they tried to murder me.
No, that's a real fear. I was feeling the same way, but my husband snores, so I put him in last night.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I've ever put him in right. I used to just push him in, and I'd be like, they don't work on me. My ear holes are too little or something.
What are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to twist them, then put them all the way in, and then
they
leave them, and then they
open?
expand.
It's like a
in your
tampon
ear.
for your ears.
It's a tampon for your ears.
Wow.
Right. Now that we've covered that.
I feel better.
All right. If I'm out here ever honestly, I have so many dogs. I should get earplugs for just like my daily life. If someone walks down the street, that's what I need. I need earplugs for like my daily life for when there's any movement anywhere that they,
How many
can hear.
How many
6.
are 6?
Whoa, that's a lot of dogs. What kind?
There's a lot of dogs.
Like what? Yeah. Size range.
There are 3 Shepherd pit mixes, 1 Samoyed. Samoyeds are like huskies, but they're like bigger and white. And a little terrier mix and an Australian Shepherd.
Wow.
Got a lot of dogs.
Do they all
a lot
get
of
along?
dogs. They do. We had one issue recently of one of our dogs attacking the other one while we were away working. That wasn't great because he's double his size.
Oof.
Oh no, the little
but
one.
it's okay.
Aw.
Yeah, he's about, I'd say, like 35 pounds. He's thick with multiple C's. But then the bigger one is like double his size, about like 70. And he's the bigger one. He's a really needy boy, and I get it. I'm his mom. I get it. Like he wants his attention. He's jealous. I understand. And but it was a little bit rough. It was a little bit rough, but no, they all get along. They all do good. It's just hard when me and my boyfriend both have to go to work, and But we try to make it work so someone can be with them. My dogs are like literally. The dogs are literally our children. Like they are the most important thing to me. So I'm out here doing everything for my dogs.
Have you tried CBD? Because we just tried it and it has changed everything for our dog.
The CBD has been very helpful, but it was so funny. I had to take him to like a vet behaviorist, but like a vet psychiatrist. It felt like me going to the psychiatrist, but it was like for my dog. And they're like asking me all these questions that like my psychiatrist asked me. And so we got him on something that's really helped his anxiety because the CBD didn't do as much as we had hoped. Yeah. Because he's just normally a very anxious dog. Again, I get it. He's my son. But that has helped him a whole lot. He's been able to calm down and really not get so nervous of like not getting attention from somebody. So that's helped him a little bit more. Again, I get it. I'm on a bunch of medication as well. So like, why not?
I love that you just come out with it and are open and honest about that. Same.
It's like, why am I going to be out here like pretending like I don't need something? Like, why am I going to be out here pretending that I can live my life just fine without it when like I can't?
Right.
And like so many people I know can't either. So
no, I think
it's
so important though, someone with a voice like yourself being so open and talking about it. And we talk about all that. We're very open here.
How long have you been on this journey with mental health?
I'd say definitely 10 years.
Yeah.
I started in therapy when I was 15, and I think I got on medication probably when I was like 16. And it was a really hard journey to find the right ones. Mm-hmm. It took a really long time. All throughout high school, I was on one that made me feel I was fine. I was like better. I was good. I feel like I was like middling. I was like, this is good. I'll accept this. I had already tried so many that I had like weird reactions to that I was like, once I found one that I was like, okay, I'm good. And I was kind of like, all right, I went through high school with all of that. It made me gain 30 pounds, which was a little bit, like 20 to 30, and which was a little bit rough in high school. And like nothing I could do would get it off, like nothing. I mean, I'd exercise a ton, I'd whatever. And so finally I was just like, whatever. But after some time, I like graduated, I felt ready to start the journey again to find something that made me feel a little bit better than middle. Mm-hmm. It was never about like the weight because I was like, I'd much rather feel okay than like, feel
skinny,
extremely skinny.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. I'm not happier or skinnier, so I might as well.
Right. It doesn't change anything.
I'm definitely not. I'm like, sure, maybe like I like my tank top better, but no. And once I graduated high school, I felt like a little bit more ready to try the process again to find something that might be a little bit better for me. And again, it was a hard go, but I found a couple that work great for me together. At first, I was like, wow, I have to take more than one. I like felt weird. And I was like, oh no, I feel like that pill lady. I have my little pill container. But over time, I was like, whatever.
Is what it is.
I feel better. Yeah. Like, it is what it is. What if I have to take a couple together to be the best version of me? That's fine. Yeah. But therapy, I've been in like doing double. I do like 2 hours per week. Ever since I turned 21, I like had my whole like life wash over me. And it was like, I decided that I really needed to take a an even bigger step in my mental health journey. So I kind of was like, you know what? I need to dive into everything. I want to be as healed as possible. And so, yeah, I've been putting a lot of effort into it. I've even been trying ketamine treatments.
How's
Those
that
have been
going?
interesting.
Tell us about
Those
that.
have been interesting.
Yeah.
Those have been interesting. You know, I don't know yet if I feel like it has really like changed my life. Like a lot of people have. I have noticed some things that have definitely been a help to me, like a little bit of the spiraling and the anxiety. I feel a little bit calmer. But I'm hopeful. So many people I know have done the ketamine treatments and feel like it has changed their life greatly. And I know everyone's journey is different. So I feel like I'm having a little bit of a longer journey. I have to do quite a few more sessions to be able to move past my traumas. But I'm hopeful. I'm one of those people that's kind of like throw it at the wall if it sticks. I was a little bit scared in the first place to try it just because it was something new and like seemed kind of scary. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And it is kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. Like so many people I know have sessions that are like really euphoric and great. And I've had some really tough ones that are like body traumas coming out. And I feel really like, what the hell? But I'm a very open mental health person. I'm real committed to my journey. And I've seen how it has wrecked so many people's lives around me and impacted my own and led me to where I am. And I just was like, I don't think I want that to be my journey. I don't think I want that to be my path where I'm so much later in my life and starting healing. I'd much rather take the time and heal now. So
Good for you.
that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Can I ask you what the ketamine treatments are like, you know, because I don't know anything about them. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Sorry if my nose is running. I just had COVID and I swear my symptoms are like lasting forever.
Oh God,
so
I'm
if I'm
sorry.
doing this, I'm like, this one was not fun.
Oh, no.
Not like the first ones were fun, but this one was way worse. I got it twice before this and I've had all the vaccines. I've had 3 of them, but I got it twice before this and I didn't really feel any, I felt sick, but it wasn't crazy. But this one I was like so sick. It was so annoying.
Oh no.
But the ketamine treatments are interesting. The ones that have been like positive experiences, they feel kind of like you're taking a really great nap, but you're awake. I mean, I don't think I've ever lucid dreamed. So I don't know if maybe it sounds kind of like it. So I don't really know if that's what it is. I know that you dissociate from your body. So the really good ones, I haven't felt my body. I felt floaty, but I've been in my mind and like I wear an eye mask. So I only see what my mind conjures up and I only feel that. So I'm not looking around the room like, oh my God. And the really good ones have been like kind of see like a galaxy or maybe feel like I'm like, and I don't like the ocean. I'm very scared of the ocean, but maybe feel like I'm in the ocean and I'm floating or I'm like floating below, but it's not scary. It feels kind of like, I don't know, the ones that are good and less rooted in trauma feel like they are like good kind of euphoric nap, like well-rested naps. They feel like maybe you had like a good dream, a good like whatever, but you are fully aware. So you are
lucid,
separated from your body. You are. I'm having thoughts in my mind that I may not remember all of them after a session, but I remember the majority and I'll think of like my intention that I went in there with, what I'm trying to work on or release. And I'll have all those thoughts and I'll just be experiencing my brain still, but not feeling my body. Now, the ones that are not ideal are the ones that I feel only in my body. And I don't particularly see anything. I'm not particularly euphoric. I'm more like, it's a lot of emotions. And they felt like my body was like vibrating from the inside out, like something was trying to get out of my chest. Like it was like this ball of like whatever was like trying to burst out of me. And it was like, those were so rough. Those were so rough.
I can feel it when you're talking about it.
So rough. But again, I know everyone's journey is different. I know what I'm there for might be different than somebody I've talked to that is there maybe for something more generalized that is able to have sessions that are different than mine. And if it is a hard journey I have to go through to get to the better side, I'm willing to do it. It's been, I have the most, honestly, I'm so obsessed with my therapist. It's maybe like not okay. Like I'm so obsessed with her. She's amazing.
That's the best.
She has come to the sessions that she's able to come to, and she, honestly, she's held my hand through it. We've had sessions after it to discuss. My boyfriend's been really, really lovely for me too. I mean, he's come to every session, especially if she's not there, to be able to kind of hold my hand and let me know that I'm not alone and have some grounding there in case my trip is not great.
Yeah.
And so I've really had so much great support through it that I feel so grateful and lucky to have that at that time, to be going through this experience. So yeah, while it's been a little bit tough, I feel really lucky to get to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have that opportunity and to have the love around me that I do have during it.
You have a huge support system, it sounds like.
I do, and I feel very, very fortunate for that. And yeah, I lost someone close to me to suicide a couple years ago, and it was so rough because they were not like it's not rough for everybody, but like they were such an amazing person and so lovely and so loving and so just, but it was so clear, the struggle. And they have waited until so much later in life to try and heal. And it was so hard to watch the decline. And they had actually tried ketamine therapy, but they had tried a little bit
Too late.
Quite a bit too late. And that's not to say that like, I don't want anyone to think that like
that it's
you're,
too late.
You're ever too late to try it.
Right.
Yeah.
They were one case that it didn't help. It didn't do anything negative. It's not like it made them worse. It just didn't help.
It didn't do the thing. Yeah.
It didn't do what we had all hoped.
It's heartbreaking. How
I'm
old?
so sorry.
Late 50s, early 60s. It was definitely, it's so hard when so many amazing people just feel so hopeless, really. And it feels like there's no way to get out of this drowning, like you're drowning in the ocean and you can't get out. And yeah, so it was one of those things where I've been in her position and I'm luckily not there now. I'm like able to prevent myself from getting to where they were at that time. And feeling like that was just really it. So it's been, mental health has been so important to me my whole life. And I really I want to make it as normal and as open as possible because I just think it really is like one of the biggest issues plaguing everyone of all ages.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
And it is so silent.
I don't understand how it could be
know.
silent. I saw a map the other day of #1 killers in America. And it was a map of what the different things were. And on that map, it was like suicide was a #1 and then fentanyl. And it was by different areas. And I'm like, how can this be silent? This is an epidemic. This is a tragedy. And this is plaguing our youth in a way that we've never seen. And
Absolutely.
it has to be normalized. And it takes people like you to come out and say, as easy as you can say you have hair extensions, that you're on medication. And I'm like, fucking thank you. And thank you for letting us know your hair's not real. Because these are the things. No, but these are the things young girls look at and go, why not me? Or why am I not like that? And it takes people that say the truth, no matter what the truth is.
Right.
And my hat's off to you for being so willing to be open and honest and share
Thanks.
your experience, because it is an epidemic and incredibly dangerous to everyone we love.
I really think it is just as important as physical health. People put so much, and again, physical health is not to say that physical health isn't important. It is so important. However, mental health is just as important, because if you're not healthy up here, how is your body going to feel healthy? How are you going to be able to? And I feel like so many people, young and old, that get into drugs really have undiagnosed mental health issues, that instead of using something, and I understand a lot of people are against, and I'm not saying like I'm super for big pharma. I understand that there's, however, I know there are things that are made to help people, and there are some people who absolutely need things. Sure, there are some people who maybe need something else. But like, I just think that so many people today who go towards that path and that lifestyle are just dealing with something that they don't understand and don't have maybe the resources or the support or the visibility of these things to be able to find something else to quiet those feelings for them. And obviously it doesn't quiet them in the way that benefits them. It doesn't really quiet them at all. It might on the outside to somebody else, but makes it worse on the inside. So for me, I have so many nieces. My oldest niece is 15. And just knowing, I guess, maybe how I felt at 15, or for the younger ones, or just in general, never wanting them to feel, I guess, and I know it's like impossible to be like, never want them to feel the way I felt. It's like everyone feels the way they feel regardless. But whatever platform I am able to put out there and whatever message I can, I would really love for it to be one that I would want my nieces to come across and think is important and want to pursue the best versions of themselves. So I don't know why I've never seen it as something I wanted to hide. There are, of course, things that I'm like, I want to be more private about, but for things that I feel like are really detrimental to help others and normalize, I'm very, like, it's not a thought really. It's kind of just...
Yeah. Well, because it can save people's lives, probably is the motivating.
I hope.
Broad Ideas is supported by Lumi, family, friends, and Lumi Whole Body Deodorant. These are the things I'm thankful for this year. Yep. Why? Because Lumi is a deodorant like no other. It was created by an OBGYN who discovered BO isn't just an underarm thing. It's an all-over thing. So she developed a pH-optimized deodorant that's clinically proven to block odor everywhere. Not just your pits, but your privates, feet, and beyond. The best part, no matter where you use it, Lumi is proven to keep working for up to 72 hours. If 3 days of odor control isn't something to be thankful for, I don't know what is. I love that you can use this anywhere. I use it on my pits, but I would not be afraid to try it elsewhere and everywhere. I am loving the results. Lumi Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a Lumi Starter Pack with code IDEAS at LumiDeodorant.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack when you visit LumiDeodorant.com and use code IDEAS.
Yeah. I mean, I know that for me, I suffered from alcoholism, and I can say that going on medicine saved my life. Period. Like, regardless of all the other things that were there to do, that was the one thing that saved my life. And a lot of people don't understand that they have deficiencies or dopamine deficiency. It's like,
it's chemical.
It's not, there's nothing to be ashamed of,
Right. What you said before, which kind of got me thinking, like looking at these people that do have these huge platforms and wondering, why isn't there more attention on these things? Like, I don't know. It just made my brain kind of go,
who uses their massive platforms to bring attention
sure.
to these things, you know?
I think it's also possible that sometimes that not everybody does suffer with,
Right.
you know, some of the
Right.
things maybe we suffer. And maybe, to be honest, I think it's most important to get through to the older generations, less than the younger
Than the youth.
generations. The
Yeah.
younger generations
Right.
are a lot more open to a lot more
Totally.
things.
Totally.
The older generations, the people who are, you know, raising those teenagers, their grandparents, their whatever, those are the generations that have really influenced their, you know, whatever, their kids, their grandkids against medication and against help. And I know I'm Greek, and I know a lot of Greek people, the sentiment is solidly like, nobody has any issues. If you have an issue, you're crazy. You're like, you're crazy, but you're just the crazy aunt, or you're just the you're the crazy member of the family, or like you know, it's always like sight unseen. It's like, we don't bring attention to that. We're not going to make it
A thing.
important or serious. And that is, I think, a huge disservice. And it's not just Greek people, it's everywhere. Everywhere, every community. It's just, I see it in my family quite a bit, especially the older generations. It is not something that's made like, yeah, let's get this person help. It's kind of like, oh, well,
You need a boyfriend.
It'll pass.
Right.
It'll pass. Yeah, you need to have a kid. You need to get married. You need to exercise a little bit more. You need to go outside. It's like, fuck going outside. Stop telling me to go outside. Like, it's like, okay, I'll go outside. I get it. Like, I understand it's important to leave my house, but leaving my house is not making me feel super fucking positive. It's not changing my outlook. It's not changing my day. It's not changing my anxiety. I'm just now spiraling in the sun. Like, it doesn't do anything for me.
What are you doing? Sun spiraling.
Yeah.
Truly, it's useless. Those random, like, yes, it's very important. It's important to exercise. It's important to get outside. It's important to go and do things and keep your mind occupied. But it's also important to do the things that are actually going to give you long-term success.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really the older generations that are keeping these issues in the dark, and making people uncomfortable to share their journeys. Because it's like, if you have a family member that is not for, you know, mental health treatment or not for therapy, because there's a ton of those, and you tell them that you're going to therapy, it's like you immediately feel like, or I'm not saying that I feel this in like my extended family, but I do feel a little bit of like, oh, that's great for you, but like they never try. Like, it's like, it's solidly like, oh, that's good for you. I'm glad you're, you know, feeling better. But even if they needed it, it would be like, but I don't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good. I'm
going to go in the sun.
I'm going to go in the sun. And
Yeah.
it's like, maybe that's true. You know, maybe that's true for you.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
that's the
that's true
thing
for
is
you.
maybe it is. And I think those things work for people that aren't incredibly sick at the time or suffering.
Sure, absolutely.
Because like, they're like, do yoga, exercise, go in the sun, go to therapy, I did all those things, every single thing that was suggested, and was still suffering.
Yeah.
And so those things are great for normal people. They help, you know, and they help for people that are mentally ill too, but sometimes it takes more. And
For sure.
it's not that simple. Like, you just need more vitamin D.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, you know, all mental health and everything, I kind of went a lot of my life without dealing with any of it, you know,
Most people do.
for whatever reason. But then like a few years ago, I, you know, started to have certain things like, you know, depression or a lot of anxiety or obsessively spiraling over things. And it was like newer as I got older. And it was something I never dealt with until much later in life. But it is interesting. It's just, but especially in what we also said before, like with the youth and how relevant it is, but they are more talking about it and there is more openness and schools are offering, you know, counseling for it. And especially after the pandemic and helping kids come out of it. So I think that there is great progress with it, but it's you're right though, like generationally, it is a different thing. I don't know. It's just been this kind of, for me, like having not had it before and then being dealing with it more now. I'm like, but I was like fine before. So like, why do I need to fix it now? Like I can just be fine, right?
Yeah.
And then like the cycle, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a little exhausting.
It comes out in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
It's not like it just comes out and like you have a panic attack and you're, it could be causing you GI issues. It could be causing you like so many things can be the reason for so many other things. It's not, the blackout is real. The like telling yourself that something that happened is not important and pushing it away just because you're like, oh, I'm good. I did that all through high school. I literally all through high school, I was like, screw everything else. I'm good. I'm like, whatever. My trauma is in the past. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I turned 21 and I was like, no, I'm not good to go. I'm really not good to go. Like I had one thought and one thought crumbled my whole existence. One thought was like, oh no, you don't get to do those years again. You don't get to do your childhood again. It's done. And it was one of those random thoughts of like, duh. Like, duh, everyone knows. Every year passes, you don't get to do that year again. It's not like, it's a very basic thought. That very basic thought crumbled me. Like, I just couldn't accept the fact that like, what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to
No
get a do-over.
get-backs.
Wow.
No do-over. Like, my childhood was what it was. And I'm never getting a do-over. Like, that's it. Like, this is the age that I'm always going to keep moving up from. And I'm never going to get to change that history. And it was like, it's a simple idea. It's very simple. It's like, duh, we all know this. That simple thought crumbled me.
Yeah.
It really it took me into a place of like, everything flooded back to me. Everything. Memories I had so far back. I just randomly, they kept coming to me. And it really it took me out. Like in high school, I didn't feel any of those things. Like even 19, 20 out of high school, I was just having a good time, whatever. And then like 21, still so young. So young. It all it flooded me hard with one simple thought.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, I always tell people like, don't wait until. And also, you don't have to go to therapy and seek help just if you've had a traumatic event happen in your life.
Right.
Like, things happen every day that are like, you could have had an absolutely incredible childhood and still have things carried over from your parents that like weren't great. Although you had all the love and attention and whatever, and like, but you still have these little things that have impacted your life greatly. Go to therapy. It's awesome to have a person, and I mean, if therapy is available to you, because I also know that it can be a luxury for some people. So I do understand that for sure. But if it is available for you, take that time. And I think it's so important that they're doing this in schools where they are implementing like mental health checks and having that be more of a part of the curriculum. And I know a lot of parents they get really outraged by that. And they're like, that's what I do at home. But what I think is like, your kid is at school for 8-9 hours a day?
Yeah.
That's 8 or 9 hours you're not with them in a very stressful situation. You're worrying about your grades, but you're also worrying about your social life. You're worrying about how you're being perceived, what you're doing, what you're not doing, what friends you have, what friends you don't have, why.
Brutal.
You're going through so much in those 9 hours that like you're not getting support at home because you're not home.
Because you're not
with
home.
the people around you. You're with the people around you. And those people are incredibly important as well to have support from. It's not just like, you build your character at home. You don't. You are away for 8-9 hours a day if you're not homeschooled. But like, those programs are so important. It is not just your parents that teach you when you go to real school.
Right.
It is everyone around you. You need support there. You need people who are like, and I'm like, if there's a professional there that's willing and like able to also support and assist my child when I am not there, great. Like, that's awesome. That's so great.
Right.
But
it's giving kids tools too, It's like, that's the whole thing.
Which is why we're all in this mess to begin with.
Absolutely.
Is because most of us were not raised with tools. It's very rare for an adult to have been raised with proper tools to dealing with mental health, social and emotional learning, all of it, even as far as like what you eat affecting your mental health. And
for sure,
like you were saying, your gut, like it's all connected. And if you don't have people bringing attention to it and talking to children about it, how you literally are what you eat, and they're feeding what they feed the kids
Oh, yeah.
and then expect them to have good mental health makes no sense. It really
Yeah.
doesn't. It's like there's so many problems in it. And
when they changed the food that Michelle Obama implemented, I was so disappointed because we're just going to put back the shitty fake cheese pizza that is no wonder everybody looks at America and goes,
Always.
what are you eating?
Right.
Like, what is in that? Is that food?
Yeah.
Why is everybody so immobile and unable to function in a lot of ways, not just physically, but just in general? What is going on here? Why do we have so many rates of so many different things that a lot of countries don't have? And it's because we are
addicted.
Not eating right.
No.
And again, I'm not trying to say that I eat right. I don't.
Me neither.
At all.
No.
Health is
Complete
not
shit.
Absolutely. I am consuming all of the things that are not real food. I totally understand. So I'm not out here judging anybody.
Yeah.
But I am saying it's when I go visit other countries and I eat the food there, I go, this tastes real. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel alert.
What I feel this is what it is.
I know. It's like bread, and they get their fresh bread all the time, and ours has so much shit in it to keep it fresh. But also
their meat,
everything
is so much
everything. They don't have those fucking dyes and chemicals. They're banning Skittles finally here. You know what I mean? All these things.
Crazy.
You're we've been putting that in our bodies our whole lives.
Yeah. I'm wondering why
I still am. I'm not saying I'm not. But
No,
100% same.
Yeah. I know. And you try to do it. And especially we have kids, and so you try. But still, it's not like it's not going in. Well, maybe for you it is.
Well, I can't give my kids that much, but
you can give them Skittles.
Yeah, I can give them Skittles.
It's I do understand the parents that work really hard to make sure that the only things their kids eat are healthy and healthy sugars. And I totally understand that. But I'm also Halloween comes up and what are you going to give your kid? A strawberry? It's come on.
Right.
It's they go trick-or-treating and they get their freaking candy and the thing. And I get it. It sucks. It's bad. But at the same time,
yeah, you got to let them live.
It is what it is. You gotta live a little. It's then they're gonna get older. And what if they're now I wanna drink a Diet Coke all day, every single day. And it's God.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Right. Yeah.
This whole world is fucked up.
It is. It's so fucked up. When I was a kid, I used to make friends with people based on what they had to eat at their house. I would, because my mom wouldn't get the sugar cereals and stuff. And so I'd be like, that girl, she's got Pop-Tarts. She's got
she's my bestie.
Hot Pockets. I'm going there. You'll find it. You've got to, it's exposure therapy. You got to have a little bit.
Well,
I think it's balance in all the areas that matters.
I agree.
Right?
For sure. Yeah. Because I'm always of the mind of that, when the kids are they're not allowed to have any sugar, any screen time.
No, that's going to mess them up.
I'm not judging. Everyone has a right to do what they choose, just like you were saying. But I do think that it might create something down the line.
So someone did send us something. I should share it with you. They sent us something about screen time and teenagers and the suicide rates. And that how now scientifically, and I'm going to botch this, but basically the gist of it was that there's actually evidence now that the more exposure to screen time, the higher suicide rate they have.
Interesting.
And so I was like, no screens. I came in the house. I was like, no screens. It lasted a day.
Screens are gone.
Screens are gone. Nobody look at the screen. But I will say, I think that we are all being programmed. Anytime we look at our screen, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, podcasts, television, it's just programming. And so these kids are being programmed with something that is causing them to be in pain. And I do think that needs to be looked at because that's what are they being programmed with?
Yeah.
It's disassociation.
Yeah.
It's disassociation from reality. And people dissociate when they go through trauma. And even if you're not going through trauma and you're watching screens, you're not living.
You're not.
You're and again, I love watching TV, not judging anyone. But yeah, I can imagine it's kind of it is an absolute addiction for especially like elementary school
Oh,
kids. It's
completely.
like the iPad. Like and again, I understand that there's some instances where it's like, you need to put that iPad in front of you because I need to take a freaking nap.
Yeah.
But like,
That part.
I can't imagine, yeah, the effects of always being sucked into not real life has to be really hard when you then go out into real life and things don't happen the way they might happen in your, romance movie, or things don't happen the way they happen in this. And it's like, you kind of get caught up in these things that you see that you're like, oh, my life's supposed to go like this, or oh, I have to avoid this, or oh, whatever. And then you get in a situation where you're like, oh my God, this is real life. I don't know how I feel about that. And I think that's what happens like with teenagers with porn too, is like, and again, I'm not against anything. If you're consenting and you want to do it, go for it. Do you? I'm really not against it. I just think sometimes when I think about young people and what they're exposed to and what they see so early on, like even myself, it taints the real experiences. And it kind of is like, oh, wait, is this really what it is? Or like, oh, wait, am I supposed to be doing this? Oh, wait, am I supposed to be liking this? And then it just alters who you are instead of you naturally finding out you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can imagine the mental health effects it would have in the future. I try to use mental health instead of mental illness, because even though mental illness doesn't bother me, a lot of people don't like the word illness.
And I get that. I respect that.
Me too.
I get it too. It like feels like negative.
Yeah.
And while, like I said, while it doesn't bother me that like, I have mental illnesses, it doesn't bother me. It does, I feel like, keep people from seeking help, or like keep people from being open about it because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to be labeled as ill. So I try to use mental health, that like maybe you're not in great mental health, or that, because, it's like we want to say the same thing with our body too. It's like, we're not in the greatest physical health. We don't want to be like, whatever. So I try to use that as much as possible. But yeah, I mean, I can see how it would affect that greatly in the future. There's so many things that you see too, like when you look at how kids play these days and like how they grow up and the skills they know versus, somebody who didn't grow up with an iPad and like was outside and like learned this or learned a trade. And now we're, just learning what we're learning on the iPad. My nieces would watch other kids play with the same toys they had on YouTube. And I was solidly so confused. I was like, you have this toy. Why are you watching this person play with a toy that you could be playing with? Yeah. And they were, they
loved
still
it.
watch things.
Yeah,
they
we had to ban that because it was so addicting. They wanted to watch kids play with toys, and we're like, that we finally were like, you're only allowed to watch YouTube if it's educational. So whether it's a learning, science, whatever it is, and they're equally addicted to that now. But before, they wanted to watch kids open toys. Not even play with them, just open them.
I find it so weird
it
because it's
weird.
like you
but you
have
say
that toy.
and I'm like, I want to see what toys they got.
I don't.
No, but I'm like, know, I understand like what they're drawn to, but I don't support. Like, my daughter never watched those.
Yeah, you're lucky because it's a thing. They get
it is such a thing
to it.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like adults watching like makeup tutorials, though. I guess it's something. However, I do see a difference because it's like if you're watching a makeup tutorial, like you're learning how to do your makeup. But like if you're watching a kid play with a toy, it's like I don't think it's that hard to figure out, how to open a box and play with,
So
a doll.
but I'm just so like, how did that even?
It's very complex.
Ryan's world,
right? Yeah.
There is literally a market for everything. I don't think there's anything out there that doesn't have somebody who would watch it. So
and when I ask my kid what he wants to be when he grows up, he says a YouTuber.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
A YouTuber.
Yeah.
He makes YouTube videos for himself because we won't let him have a YouTube channel. But that's like his
he
passion.
Wants a YouTube channel.
Oh,
they all do. They all do, I'm sure.
I remember the photo booth days. I saw this one hilarious Instagram reel. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I cried laughing. It was like preteens today and preteens before, and it was like these two kids that literally looked 12. They looked their age. They were like in their super awkward phase, in front of the photo booth on the computer, and that were making the most, like the weirdest videos for themselves, like the photo booth thing.
Yeah.
And I totally related to that. And then there's like these two girls that, I mean, probably look older than me without makeup. And we're doing this dance, like, and I was like, I'm blown away. Like I was so the 12-year-old dancing in front of the thing with like making really embarrassing videos like by myself, like not looking like I was so awkward. And these girls are like, it's crazy. It's just crazy to see the difference in what childhood looks like in that way now.
It looks
as
different.
opposed to what it did before.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
It's so
and
weird.
You're a lot younger than us, but still, even for you, like, you know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It is weird.
So weird.
It
Because I was awkward and ugly at that age. Like I just was. Like, and honestly, I appreciate it. I so appreciate it. Like it's like I look at it and I'm like, I so appreciate that. Because it's just it's the different phases of your life and like the way everyone grows and changes. And I'm like, damn.
It's also different for you being that you did that in the public eye.
Oh my God, the worst.
I mean,
Horrible.
that's
the absolute worst.
How old were you when you got on the show?
I was 11.
You were
Yeah,
11?
That's so,
Directly in my awkward phase.
11.
Directly right there.
That is
right there.
so
that is
young.
I was
so-
right in it.
Yeah.
So young, my God.
I was right in it.
Wow.
I started real awkward. I developed real fast. I got absolutely obliterated on the internet for getting older and for having a curvy body. And it was like, I was a fat slut. I was like, whatever.
What?
It's crazy. It's crazy to see what adults will say to children online.
Are you kidding?
How do
in
you
ways
get
that are
through
not
that?
even the predatory way, but in the way, I mean, I guess it is predatory, but not in that way, but in the different way of like seeing a 55-year-old woman or a 55-year-old man online being like, you know, oh my God, she looks so fat and ugly right now. She looked so different before. Or like, oh my God, why is she dressed like a slut? And it's like, guys,
Oh my
I am
God.
I'm going through it and I have to go through it in front of you. And like, you are just, it's also crazy to see what the internet turns people into because I know damn well that person's not going to say that to my face.
Right.
Never.
I know
They'd kiss
damn
your
well they're
ass
not going
is
to
what
say
they
that to
would
my face.
do.
Absolutely. There's no,
Yeah.
they probably take a picture. There's no chance that they're going to call me a fat slut to my face at 13. But it's growing up in the public eye was not it. Definitely not. I mean, now for the 13-year-olds that look way older, that look maybe the way I looked when I was 18, like, sure, that's definitely different. Everyone still gets bullied and goes through their things. But like, yeah, I went through the like typical awkward phase in front of everybody who was not forgiving, not
That's
polite.
so horrible.
It feels like the show came out and they picked a target, and I was an easy target because I had a lot going on in my life. And it's funny too, I had so much going on in my life that like you would think they wouldn't
They'd have
put
compassion.
that on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yet it was like, no. Let's pile it on. Let's go. Let's
So
like
fucked
really
up.
target.
I don't get how
it's
you
so
deal with that.
interesting.
I don't. I feel like that is so, like the mother in me wants to
I know.
mama bear up. And it absolutely slays me that anyone would do that to a child
Yeah.
Me
A
too.
child.
or a teenager
You're a
or an
child. You were a
adult. But
child.
you were a
Or
child
anyone.
or anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But obviously we know your backstory and what you were going through behind the scenes with your own family. And what you needed more than anything was love and support. And like it makes me a little emotional when I think about what you're getting in those ketamine treatments now, because it's like you've cultivated that for yourself. And that holding of the hand while you relive your trauma is something that you needed. You needed someone to hold your hand through these things. And yet you were faced with the opposite from the world. And that's evil.
I agree. It's honestly, I just can't imagine, I can't imagine in general, anyone even maybe not going through that, just to say that to somebody and really have no thought of what that might do to them, when they see it and they read through the comments. And obviously, I know negative comments are like psychologically, people focus on them more than the positive comments, which is so disappointing. It's like, obviously, I had a lot of very positive comments as well. But yeah, the negativity was deafening, and honestly from the media too. And it's hard to like think about it now. And it's like, I do interviews with a lot of these people, and a lot of these people are the ones who are also, circling that rhetoric about me.
Have you ever called them out?
No, because I don't
I'm like,
really
who are
need
they?
more. I don't really need more like conflict. Like it's just not worth it. It is what it is. Like I'm an adult now, and it's like I have to deal with my own things. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be like, you reposted someone's comment about that. And it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, not it.
Yeah.
And the media is getting called out more now for what they say, especially about kids. So, if there was something that I really wanted to put out there, but they're really the least, they're at the bottom of my list, like way at the bottom of my list of the things that I work through. So I'm kind of like, whatever. But yeah, it is pretty crazy to see the audacity really that people will have for children. And a lot of times it's the people who are really stuck on the like save children that are out here doing the most against. So yeah, it's definitely pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't recommend child acting. It's definitely not like my kids will probably not be actors. Not probably, won't be. Right. So unless, they want to be in their teens, that's different. If they really want it and, but they're going to have to not be like missing a bunch of school. They're going to go to school. They're going to have like, it's going to be bottom of the list for me.
Yeah.
And definitely not so like out here for everyone.
Yeah,
it really is like, the amount of, and I mean, I get so much hate and death threats now for a lot of my political views. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Like it is what it is. Like, what am I gonna, I'm not going to focus on your negative comment to me because quite honestly, we have so much other shit going on in this world that is so fucking dark that you can take a backseat with your negative ass comment. Like, whatever. You're not interested in what I have to say. To be honest, I don't fucking care because I'm not interested in what you have to say. So it's like...
Right. Samesies.
As an adult, I've kind of like moved on a little bit more to where I'm like, yeah, cool. You don't like it. That's cool. I don't like what you have to say. Like solidly, like it's a solid, like two-way street of like, get the fuck off my page. Get the fuck off my message requests. I know. It's so weird to say that I would prefer a dick pic in my DMs than like one of those negative things. Because at the same time, it's like the negative thing you can go past. The dick pic is like, why? It's solidly like, what did you think you were getting from this? Like at least the negative comment, were you thinking I was going to respond and like get into a fight with you? Like the dick pic, what were you thinking? Were you actually thinking I was going to look at it and be like, oh my God, I have to respond to this guy?
Please call me.
Like, it's like, what? Please send me more. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I feel like as a joke, you should just like solely respond to like dick pics.
No, don't say that because now she's going to get an influx.
Crazy.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Dude, I don't look at my message. I will be honest. Sometimes I look at my message requests and see some funny fucking shit. I will see some funny shit that is like crazy to me that I cannot imagine ever sending to somebody. I mean, I can't even imagine having a straight face sending some of these messages to somebody while I'm online. And I'll screenshot some of them and I'll just send them to my friend group chat and we'll just die laughing because I cannot believe some of the things that people really, dead ass, like they have to be straight faced sitting in that and you're like, wow, like you felt bold. Like honestly, that's a level of confidence. That's a level of confidence that like honestly, maybe I'm aspiring to have. Like obviously not sending a dick pic to anyone, but like the level of confidence to not know somebody and solidly like send someone in the public, like be laying there, be in the shower, whatever, and be like, you know what? Today's the fucking day.
She needs to see this.
Today's the day. But there's
the day. She needs to see me.
Right.
It's like crazy.
I know.
I think I'm going to see it and like message back and be like, oh yeah, is amazing. Like that's a level of confidence I think maybe I'm going to work on in my next session.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be like, you know what? I need the confidence of that random ass guy that is sending a dick pic to my DMs. So unsolicited.
Oh my
like
God.
so insanely unsolicited.
I
And
know.
what disgusts me most is a lot of the guys that are sending that, all their profile pictures are them with their wives and kids. And it makes me so upset. To be honest with you, it is the most disgusting thing
That
about
is
the
so
dick pic
foul.
messages is it's like, look, once you've seen a dick, you've seen a dick. It's like whatever. But like
Oh my
when you
God.
see the profile pictures of the people who are sending these things, it's like I just want to screenshot the message and like find their page and be like, hey, you need to check on your mans because he's being nasty.
Yeah. People have done that
because
to
it's crazy.
people. Yeah.
It's
Like,
just
called
crazy.
them
It's
out?
like
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you have your like 13-year-old daughter in your profile picture and you're straight up sending me a dick pic right now. And like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, it's like you're there with your wife and your mom in your picture. Like, what are you doing?
How could they be so confident that someone wouldn't do that?
Especially
You know what I mean?
in the public eye. Like it
I
would
don't
be
know if
so
they think
easy for you to
maybe
put
I
them on
won't see it.
blast.
Oh, maybe
I
you
don't know
won't
if they
see
think
it.
maybe, but then I'm like, why are you sending it if you think I won't see it?
Right. What's the point here?
They think they have a chance. I think
Maybe.
they think
I
that
guess.
it's like gambling. They're like, they get that feeling like I could win.
I guess.
You know?
Well, I mean, there is public exposure that people get like
Yeah.
really, really. So yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's DM public exposure that's really getting them. I don't know. But yeah, it's the most disgusting when you see the profile picture and you're like, and then you look at their page and it's like
Wholesome.
their wedding photos and how like special their relationship with their wife is. And I'm like, and you wonder why trust is so low.
Right.
Like, it's like, you wonder why trust is so low.
But it also
Like-
brings up like the smoke and mirrors of Instagram or whatever. You know what I mean?
So crazy. Everything looks so great. Everyone looks so happy. Everyone looks so skinny. Everyone looks so pretty. Everyone's looking so amazing. And then it's like you wake up in the morning and look like a normal person. And you're like,
Yeah.
like this is probably the first time I put on makeup in a long time. But it's like you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, looking very, very aggressively average today and loving
Yeah.
this for me. And it's like,
I love
then you look on
Aggressively
there.
average.
And then there's somebody like, there's like some model on that pops up on my Instagram page. And I'm like, wow, you just wake up like that, Or like
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
like people being like, I broke down and ate carbs during COVID. I'm like, oh my God, wow, that's crazy. And it's like, you think about it and you're like,
I
like,
broke
damn.
down and ate carbs.
yeah, it's like, oh my God, that's so crazy. And then it's like, I post a picture on Instagram and I'm like looking cute. And then like my next picture, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to post like not looking cute. I'm going to post my like aggressively average vibe. But it's like the majority of people are not posting their just like normal shit.
Yeah.
I get so many comments on my pictures that are like, oh, we miss your old boobs, or like, where's the ass? And I'm like,
What?
look, I'm no longer in high school where I want to post my ass, okay?
Right.
When I was in high school or graduated, yeah, I wanted to post my ass a little
We
bit.
all
I was
did.
feeling it. I was feeling it. Like I was feeling myself. I wanted to post my ass. Leave
Yeah.
me alone. I'm not posting my ass anymore. Like it's like all the comments, it's just crazy. The internet is crazy. Social media is crazy. If I didn't have to be on social media, I probably wouldn't be on social media
Right.
because I don't really know how to be me on social media at all. Because I always feel like it's so hard to be yourself through the internet.
Right.
And I don't like to take a picture or a video of everything I do every day. I don't like it at
Nope.
all.
Yeah.
I get up and I don't do anything
work.
in my day.
Yeah.
It's work. It's like, I don't sit in my day and like, look, mad respect to people who have those great ideas all day and like put in the effort for that. I don't.
Nope.
So it's solidly like I'm sitting on my couch, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm playing with my dogs. Like I don't ever sit there and get an idea where I'm like, ooh, let me do this.
Right.
I tried to make a cooking video and it was so hard. It was so
How
hard.
cute.
I struggled. It was like the lighting was horrible. I was like, everything was not going right. And I was like, damn, all these like 15-second videos I see of people making things, like I have so much more respect for it now of like how long this took me. To
Yeah.
like have to angle the camera to see the onion, to have to angle the camera to see like how much cayenne I'm putting in. Like, it's so crazy to see these like, to live your life on the internet
Oof.
like that. And I think I appreciate a little bit of not that. Like I like going to Vegas and sitting at like a blackjack table or like a craps table and like wearing a hat and just being on my vibes. Like I enjoy... I enjoy just like, and if somebody asks, like, are you that girl from Modern Family? I'll be like, yeah, I'm that girl from Modern Family. And, if they keep talking and they're like drunk and annoying, I'll just go to a different table. I'll just
Yeah.
live my best life. Like, it's like, by myself, just looking normal and not like somebody would be like, oh my God, it's that girl from social media. But,
Yeah.
Whatever. Again, no shame.
No.
It just occurs to certain people differently.
Right.
Like we have friends that are like,
Absolutely.
oh, and you'll get the picture. And we're like, huh?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't occur to my brain.
No, we have certain friends that like only think through the lens of Instagram.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a different skill
No, it's
set.
like your brain doesn't work that way.
It's a different lifestyle. Like it really
It
is a
is.
different lifestyle.
Completely. It is.
It's a lifestyle
commitment.
of feeling comfortable with that. Like it's feeling comfortable with everyone seeing everything. And I don't know, maybe, I guess maybe because I was so young when everyone started seeing everything, maybe that tainted it to where I got older and I was like, no. And maybe there's some people, obviously, that, maybe like attention in a different way. And again, no shame.
Right.
Like, good for you. There's so much money to be made in that. And that's not me saying that I'm not going to try to make money in that. Like,
Sure.
I'm not opposed to being an entrepreneur. But like, some people are so damn good at it. And I'm like, good for you, get that vibe.
But you're so good at being yourself and you're so good at being authentic and relatable in a way that to me is comforting and refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that you're not curated in any of it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I think on Instagram, it's hard for me with the pictures and the videos because it is kind of like hard but when I do talk to somebody like on this forum or when I really get to like explain the things that I feel, it's hard to do that on an Instagram video. It's hard to do that through an Instagram picture.
Yeah.
It's hard to like really be yourself because things are so short.
Right. But it's also like a lot of the time if you're doing it, it's like you're talking to yourself. So it feels so weird in a way. Like if you're having a conversation with your camera to yourself. And so
it's true.
Have you ever done that?
Well, like I've tried. It's like, oh, people do it all the time. Like they'll talk to the camera and they'll post their video or whatever. And if you're trying to be like, okay, you guys, this just happened. Like,
I can't.
And
it
it doesn't feel authentic.
I never feel authentic.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, this is weird. And then you never post it or whatever because it just feels like I'm like this. I know looks weird.
I got pushed to do 2 of those where I talked to the camera and I was like, this is the most uncomfortable thing
It's
I've
awkward.
ever done in my life. Like, it's just weird. But other people, they're just like, hey guys,
And
this is what I want to share.
I'm like, I want to watch your life right now. And I'll fully follow all their videos of them talking and like going through it. And I'm like, oh my God, like, okay. And what water bottle like didn't melt ice? Like I'm following their journey because I want to know.
Yeah.
And I'm so impressed with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's like whatever.
We respect.
Yeah, I enjoy
we
it.
respect.
I enjoy watching it. I just can't do it.
I do too. But then honestly, as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, I need to redo my kitchen. And I need to, it does bring up all the I need to's. Like, well, what kind of things are they using? Oh, I suck because I still have a plastic bottle. Or I don't know. It just brings up a lot. It does. It doesn't make me feel
we all
good.
compare ourselves. We all compare ourselves to everyone, like even family members. Like that's why there's like, so it's obviously we would be comparing ourselves to the person who has a much more organized kitchen than me. I totally get that. Like when I see the bedrooms that look like nobody lives in it, I'm like, how do you not live in here? Like my bedroom does not look like this. Like, why is this so clean? I'm like, what is going on here? Like, and I'm a clean person, but it looks like nobody lives here. And then you see they have like 10 dogs too. And you're like, what happened here? Like, why am I, I put so much effort into cleaning and my house looks clean, but like, what the hell? Do you not live in this house? Like,
That's
it's like, I totally get that. There's comparison all the way around. I mean, we've all fallen prey to comparison. I think it's kind of, I think the nature of social media and all this in general is to make you compare yourself and
I know.
Companies use it to get their products sold and whatever.
Right.
So I mean, it kind of is like the norm of what is being put to us.
It's fucked up.
But that's why I like TikTok better. Sorry.
I haven't gone down the TikTok tube.
I haven't really either. I've seen some things that like, I get sent funny TikToks and I like them. I get really drawn in. This is so stupid. I get really drawn into like people's like relationship drama online. Like I like check Facebook for people's birthdays or something. And I scroll past this like reel or something. And it was this woman and it was so dramatic. And I was like, I can't even believe it. And it was one of those things. It was like, I think it was like Mormon wife that maybe I couldn't tell if she had sister wives or not.
Oh.
And I was like, and she looked really young and like was dressed like me, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like scrolling through a thing. I scrolled for like 3 hours, went to the bottom of her page. Like I watched every single video trying to figure out everything I could about her life. I was like, wait, are they sister wives? Are they not? And then I like scrolled through the thing and then I was like, oh my God, is she divorced? And then I was like, oh my God. And again, I did not care at all. Like I did not, like I wasn't like looking at her divorce like, oh my God, she got divorced. Like I was like, is she divorced? I was like, oh wait. Are they still friends? I was like, oh, wait, does she have a new boyfriend? I was solidly, like, I was so engrossed in something. And I was so upset with myself because I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was so upset with myself. I was like, and on Facebook, nonetheless, like, what am I doing?
It's like detective mode though,
what
right?
Am I doing?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go into a hole.
So upset with myself. I was solidly so upset with myself because I was like,
did she have sister wives?
See, now I need to know. I'm like, what?
Apparently not. So I guess apparently not. I guess they were all just like friends, but then they were also swingers. But then it was also like, I
need to know.
I would have been hooked.
It was as soon as I saw like the swingers and like they weren't like, and then it was like they were all talking about it. And then it was like so dramatic. She was like, you want to release the truth? I'll release the truth. And I was like, oh my God, what is the truth? And I was so sucked in and I was so upset with myself because I was like, I should not be like this because people probably scroll through my shit. Like, what is the truth? And I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
And I was that person and I was so upset with myself.
Oh my God. I do it all the time. There's like a family that have like 12 adopted kids and some biological kids. And then I saw she was only making 10 lunches now. And I'm like, what happened to the other 2 kids?
What are the other kids?
Where are the other kids? And so I like start scrolling and reading and looking and I didn't get an answer. But I spent like a solid hour trying to figure this out.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah, I want to know where the kids are.
Where are the kids?
Where are the kids?
I don't know.
And the crazy thing is they probably just became adults.
They
made the video
just
really
turned 18
for no
they
reason.
were at camp.
They like
Who
don't
knows?
live at home anymore.
Yeah. No, they were totally 18. Yeah, 100%.
Very simple explanation.
But you know,
for something
especially
so
like
simple.
late at night in bed and scrolling, like for some reason your brain is instantly on that detective mode, obsessive attack.
Oh yeah.
What is
Oh,
that?
yeah.
I don't know. At night, this one over here sends me only at night. I know that she's in bed because I'll start getting TikToks.
Yeah.
Just
I love
random
it.
videos from TikTok.
Here's what I like about it. Because the algorithm feeds you what you're interested in, right? So I'll just get like really funny best friend memes that nail it each time.
I love it.
Yeah. And what I like about it, it's not like people showing their perfect life. It's not people you know. So it's like there's no compare and despair. It's just like funny, dead on shit where you're like, that's us. That's us. That's us. Or it'll feed me some like really crazy mysteries that haven't been solved. So I'm like, that or Dolores Cannon, like weird alien shit. So I'm in. I feel good.
I feel you.
I feel good in that zone. I'm not like where's my kitchen, you know?
Me and my best friend like the weirdest shit. Like there's this one account that does, I mean, nothing makes sense. It is the stupidest shit. And I cry every time. I laugh so hard. And I send like hundreds of these messages and our responses back to every message were so stupid. It'll be like, inspiring, rational, or just like things that are so bizarre. It's like a person standing in like high-heeled Crocs, but in like a prison jumpsuit, and they're like standing next to a toilet, but in the jungle. And it's like, and there's some weird caption that is like, you know, is life this? And it's, and I'm laughing so hard. And I send it to my best friend. We're both laughing so hard. And then I like show it to my boyfriend. He's like, it's funny. And I'm like, that was not what I was looking for.
Oh my God. Don't you hate that though when something's so funny and then you share it and they just...
Oh no.
Yeah.
It is honestly...
Such a letdown.
I was watching this is one thing. My best friend came and visited me and I was watching this girl's TikTok page. We were scrolling for like 2 hours. He showed me her page and we went all the way down and she had me dying of laughter because she was kind of like deadpan like I can be and she was just very matter of fact. And we were just crying and I went to bed and I was laying next to my boyfriend. I was like, babe, look at this girl. I was like, she's so funny. I like played a video that I had solidly, me and my best friend were crying, laughing on the couch outside. I mean, solidly, like could not breathe. Like we're just not living.
Yeah.
And And my boyfriend looked at the video and he chuckled like a small
I can't.
amount.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I'm upset. I was like, what was the reaction to that? I was like, did you do that on purpose? Like, did you not find it that funny? And he was like, no, it was funny. And I was like, no, but like, it was really funny.
Yeah,
so what do you like, what is the, like, you should, like, we were sobbing. Like, what is this? What is this reaction? And he was like, no, babe, you guys just, your humor's just a little bit, you guys really find certain things funny. And I was like, okay. I was like, right. But like, I'm feeling not right about this, that you solidly are not, like, you just gave a small chuckle. Like, and it felt forced too. Like, it felt like he knew he had to audibly laugh a little bit. And so it was like a small, like, audible giggle. And I felt pretty like, I didn't feel right about it. Like, it felt like a little bit like I was honestly like, I was pretty offended. I didn't know what to say.
It's like sleeping with the enemy.
I just was like, what is up with you?
Yeah.
I was like, why are you not finding this so funny? And I felt a little bit offended. And so it's hard when you like find something, when you're crying, laughing at something and you like show your boyfriend and he's like, that's like funny. And you're like, that's not what I was looking for.
No.
That's not it. Now it feels like you're telling me I'm not funny and that feels not right. Like,
That's basically what it is.
That's exactly how we take it
basically what you just said to me is I'm not funny and I'm taking offense. Not right.
You're so relatable. I can't handle it.
It's just not right. Okay, so we're just not going to talk until the morning, I guess, because that was like, that I should be the funniest person you've ever heard.
Do you continue to
the funniest person you've ever seen? These are things I show him in person. We live together. So it's like, I show him these things in person. So it was solidly him like mildly giggling to my face. And I was like, I like fully turned over and I was like, I really should be the funniest person that you have ever met. Like, I mean, everything I show you, you should be like crying. Like, I mean, I don't understand. And like, I had to like turn over and go to sleep. And I was pretty upset. I felt like it was a personal attack. But I move on. Now I just keep like, when I look at her page, I like don't even show him because honestly, you don't deserve to see it anymore.
Can you share it with us?
The way I laughed.
I know. I need to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's really funny. She's really like, I think her name's like Mads Mitch or something. And she just lists off these things. She has one that's like things that are embarrassing, but for no reason. And she like lists off these random things that are honestly really funny. And she just says them so deadpan and straightforward. And she just like really goes into it. And a lot of them are like really relatable things. Like, when you see somebody at a stoplight and you like make eye contact and it's like a weird like dance to like not look back at them. And you look like you're like dancing in your car. But like, if you saw me in my car, you didn't. It's like really funny. And she's just so deadpan and I love her.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
like
love
I said,
it when
it's a
people
personal
hit
attack
those.
on me.
Yeah, it's a personal attack on you.
It's a personal attack on me when he doesn't laugh as hard as I laugh at things I show him because again, it's a sign of love. Just kidding. It's not. No, I'm just kidding. So dramatic. So dramatic.
No,
so
but so
dramatic.
true.
No, I get
we
it.
fully support it. We're exactly the same
Thank
way.
you.
We're like, wait a
100%.
minute.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
Like, you don't
It's
get
so
this.
important. I feel like that should be like the enter point in a relationship. Like memes
Absolutely.
or whatever that you fucking think are hilarious and you send to the person you start dating. And if they don't react the same way, maybe it's a red flag.
But like I can say my
Major
husband
red
will
flag.
just
I'm
like
just kidding.
hand me my phone back. he won't even give me a fake chuckle. He'll
no,
just like
but he
gets the beat.
He gets the
he
good
gets
stuff.
the beat for sure. But like there could be things that we get that he would be like, you guys.
Yeah, well, that's true. But
You
there's
know?
also is like a code with best friends that some people maybe.
It is just different. It
Yeah.
is
It
just
is. It's
different. Like the
different.
humor is different.
It's
The
different.
connection is different. And like, we gotta really weigh what's important. Love and support and care.
I mean, he's holding
And
your
she's
hand
holding your
through all
hand.
the treatments.
Absolutely.
Yes, we'll
you know
take
what?
that.
Love, support, and care.
Yes.
Dying laughing at my, things that I find so funny. So, like it's like up here, I get it. I totally understand that it outweighs. It just still feels, like I said, just still feels like a little bit of a personal attack.
Yeah.
Do you find
But
him
that's
funny?
okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. That's one of the things that we were best friends before we started dating.
No way.
In general, yeah. For a very long time. And yeah, I always found him hilarious. He always found me hilarious. Yeah, that was one of the things that we laugh a lot. We laugh a lot.
That's so important.
It's just
So
we don't
important.
have the same humor and like he'll
In
laugh at
TikTok.
a lot of the memes I repost, but like on some of those videos like that, like he was not crying the way I was crying, and I just like it. But we can't all have amazing taste, so it is what it is. Just
It's
kidding.
reserved.
Just kidding. It's reserved for some of us,
Yeah.
and we understand it, and that's okay. It's okay. He can have great taste in other things. No, I'm kidding. It's okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You
I
are
was-
just, my goodness, such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I love
know?
it. I love the mix of you.
Thanks.
Yeah, totally.
We were just talking about that
Got
this
a lot of things going
morning.
on.
We were?
We were talking about our favorite mix of human is someone that can go really deep and
Oh, yeah.
really important and then just kill you with the humor
Yeah.
and like getting the beat.
Yep.
That's
The
Well, I'm
combo.
glad I
that's the
could
combo.
We're like, we don't want
give
just
some fun
one
today.
we
side of
can't
the
have
street.
just one.
No.
Yeah. I feel you. It's like watching TV when you watch a show and you're like, it's like really hardcore, but then like there's some like fun in it.
Yeah.
It's like
A break.
aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel good about this. And then it gets like really dark again and it's like really positive. You know, we
Yeah.
love those.
Yeah, we
that in
need little
people.
breaks in the, you know.
We do. We do
Thanks,
need little
you know.
breaks.
We need little breaks in the heaviness of the world.
Oh my God, completely.
Yeah, if I didn't have some humor about like my life or things I go through or just in general, I feel like if we don't have humor in tough times, it's kind of like it's suffocating. It's
sure.
like
Completely.
you're not able to take a break from it. So I try to laugh as much as possible. I try to get the funnies out there.
You're very funny.
You're very funny.
Through the rough, we got to have a little bit of, we got to have some giggles. We got to have some giggles.
100%.
Some audible giggles.
Good. Well, it was so nice to meet you and talk to you. And
It's so nice to meet y'all too.
you're just such a beautiful person and really a breath of
thanks.
fresh
So are you
air, like
guys.
I said. So thank you for being so open and wonderful. Okay. How was everyone's Halloween?
So spooky.
Was it?
No.
You dressed up as Ted Lasso?
Yes, I was Ted Lasso.
Yeah, we repurposed all of our Halloween photo shoot costumes.
Yeah, yours was good. It turned out
Just
good.
used exactly what we had.
Oh my
Vincent
God.
wore your little
Vincent
wig.
in the little
That was so cute.
tracksuit with the wig was amazing.
He kept it on surprisingly long. I had to
wig?
distract him. I had to put it on and then he'd like try to grab it off. But if I distracted him, he'd forget it was there.
That's
But then it would just slowly fall
it was a little
over his
big.
eyes. Yeah, you wore it. You guys have about the same size head.
I have a very big head. It's deceiving. There you go. Little information for you.
How was your Halloween?
Fine. Oh, you know, the kids are like really into like parents have to dress up too, and I never put thought into it. And I was
That
like, oh,
seems
shit.
unlike you.
I was like, shit. And normally I have my go-to. I have like this cozy zip-up onesie Minnie Mouse, but Briar's like, absolutely not. You're not doing that
You've
again.
used that before, Mom.
Yeah, she's like done with that.
And so I had to throw something together within like 5 minutes. So I had like a cowboy hat, some overalls, plaid shirt, cowboy boots, called it a day. It was not that epic.
Yeah, we dressed up and then nobody knew what I was. And Jeff's like, babe, I got to be honest with you. You just look like a hooker.
Oh,
So,
Well, that's to be fair, that's kind of what her character looks like.
and I said, thank you. I was like, so you'd pay for it, is what you're saying?
and he was like, yes.
And he was like, yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
well.
so would a lot of people on the street with your children right now.
I love it.
Yeah.
Shepherd as Boss Baby was epic.
That was a win.
That was, I shared it with anyone who I came in contact with.
How good was that?
It was so good.
You should have seen him walking in it too, because he's got like swag.
Swag.
He was just like boss,
Boss
baby.
Baby.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And even when he took off the mask, we're like, what are you? And he's like, boss baby. We're like, you still are.
you still are a boss
Yeah.
baby.
Mhm.
You know what I was thinking about? You know my people pleasing, like neurotic tendencies? Briar is like a Halloween baby essentially, right? Because her birthday is a couple days before. And when I was pregnant, my doctor had young kids. And I remember her saying like, I really hope she doesn't come on Halloween because I want to trick or treat with my kids. So the whole time as I got closer to my due date, I was like, oh my God, please, please, please come before Halloween. I can't, my doctor can't miss trick or treating with her kids. Like all I could think about
Oh,
was my
God.
doctor instead of me. And I was so stressed about it. I was like, please, God, please, please have her come before Halloween.
She actually shouldn't have said that to you.
Well, she doesn't know how my brain works.
I know.
That's like a normal thing to say, you know,
Is
just in
it though?
conversation.
It's kind
No.
of stressful.
Well, I don't think she said it like I don't want to
I
miss
think
it.
you should fire this doctor.
I don't think she said. I forget how she said it. I'm sure it wasn't like, oh, I can't miss trick or treating with my. I don't think it was that insensitive.
She's like, listen, bitch.
My
Yeah,
kids
listen,
will never
bitch.
forgive me if I'm not there on Halloween.
You're like, you're coming with me trick or treating and delivering
Yeah.
that baby. I don't think she said it like that, but I take it like that because I take things on like that where I feel
Yeah.
very
where you
bad.
take a fully different meaning from what was said.
Always.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yep.
No, it's a curse.
There was something I was going to tell you guys.
What?
Damn it.
And you forgot. Oh, there was
I
something we were
forgot.
talking about and we were like, save it. Can we talk about the surprise party we pulled off though?
Oh, yeah.
That's
That
a
was
good story.
good.
What surprise party?
We didn't throw the surprise party. Nadine, her husband, put together a surprise party and put Olivia and I in charge with getting the birthday girl there and keeping it a secret.
Well, I would say we were put in charge of
Everything except for the idea of having a birthday party?
and here's what happened is he said, hey, can you guys be the people she thinks she's going to dinner with? And we're like, yes, got it. And then we thought he's going to figure out all the details. We'll just tell her we're going to go. No, Rachel and I figured out all the details and it was
so
messy. It was so
messy.
stressful and
so
messy. Like we had to figure out, okay, we're going to have to get her to this place. I'm like, well, can we say we're going to go there for dinner? He's like, no.
No, you can't do that.
So then we're like, okay, well, we have to say another place. We're like, okay, great. Why this random place in the valley? Right? So we're like, hey, you want to go to this restaurant our friend Jimmy works at? And she's like,
Not really.
she's like, okay, sure. And then she's like, or we could go to, all these other great places. We're like, but Jimmy's
gonna hook us up. They have really good mocktails.
because
was
no one
your-
drinks.
That was
We're
what you
like,
were going for?
yeah, we're like, Jimmy's gonna hook us up though. And she must be thinking, all right, cheapos. And we're like,
Okay.
on mocktails.
Free drinks at Jimmy's.
Free
Yeah.
mocktails at a random spot in the valley.
Right. And then
Was it next door to
And
where
she
this
nowhere
was
lives
at?
near it.
No, and she lives in Santa Monica. So not only it's like your birthday, you
You're
have to
driving
drive to the
across-
valley to some random.
And then was the party near her house?
No, it was
She lives
in the valley.
It was in the valley. She lives in Santa Monica. And then we're like, meet us at this restaurant. Our
In the valley.
In the valley.
In the valley.
That our friend Jimmy works at. He's going to hook us
Is there a Jimmy?
with mocktails.
Wait, is there a Jimmy or you made up that as well?
So there is someone I know named Jimmy.
Does he work there?
No.
No.
But I was using him in my head and Rachel was using him in her head. And then, but he doesn't work there. And then we're like, okay, great. She's going to meet us there. We'll put her in an Uber and we'll just put in the address. Well, she decides to drive. So we're like,
Oh fuck! Well, we
how are we
can't.
going to get her to this other place?
And we
Yeah, you
picked
did-
like
this
a
is
really
not-
good restaurant
this
in
is
the
not
valley. So
thought
she's
out.
excited to go eat this homemade pasta, like really good.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, so we're going here, which was a lie.
Yeah.
So I hop in Olivia's car from the actual party.
Oh, no, wait, first.
Okay, sorry.
What was the plan? You were going to go to this restaurant and say,
It was-
I'd rather go somewhere else? What was...
So the original plan was, we're not going to tell her. We're just going to put her in an Uber to this address. She'll show up and, ooh, surprise. Right?
Yeah, but it's to a restaurant you didn't tell you were going
Right.
to either way.
Exactly.
So then I text, dummy me, Jimmy doesn't work.
Jimmy doesn't work.
Jimmy died 5 years ago.
Jimmy doesn't work there anymore. He works at this other random place. And we're like, we could go there.
And this was still not the place the party was at?
No, it was. It is.
But it's
down.
no, but it's downstairs.
It's downstairs.
And she's like, no.
She's like, you guys, I
that's
filmed. She like filmed at this location, and she was like, it is not our vibe, you guys. Like, no. And we're like, oh fuck, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, but you guys, I'm like, I feel my people pleasing. I'm like, but I feel really bad.
No, first.
Okay, sorry.
First, you're doing so. Okay,
You tell the
so
story.
she says, no, I don't want to go there. It's not our vibe. We're not going to like it. So we're like, Rachel's like, well, fuck. Let's just meet her at the restaurant we said we were going to meet her at. And then we'll say our table's 30 minutes behind. So
You're going to intercept her before she goes to the hostess? And
Yeah.
correct. That's what we did. So we pull over.
Thank God.
And we call her and we're like, the table's running 30 minutes behind. So Rachel starts in with,
I'm like, I feel really, really bad because Jimmy said he was going to hook us up. I feel like we should at
I
least
can't-
go by.
I can't imagine you just not breaking the whole
didn't.
time.
I didn't break.
We start fighting.
We start fighting. I'm like, but I feel really bad. But leading up to it, I was a nervous wreck. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking okay.
So Jimmy at this point is at the
It's at the
restaurant.
other place
where
she
the
doesn't
party-
wanna
Jimmy
go.
doesn't
Got it.
exist.
Well, yeah.
But he
I mean,
does
he exists
in our
but he
mind.
doesn't exist at this place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I feel really bad. He was going to hook us up with mocktails. I don't want to be rude. Like, let's just go there while we're waiting for the table. And Olivia's like, why do you feel bad? Like, we don't need to go. Like, we're arguing
For her, you know,
in
like,
front of Nadine on the phone.
and
And Nadine's like, you guys, like, I don't care. We can like go wherever. Like, let's just go somewhere else. Like,
yeah. She's like, we could go to sushi, we could
Yeah.
do whatever.
Yeah,
and, we're
yeah,
like, and Rachel's like, no, but like Jimmy
But
was going to
Jimmy
hook us up
and the
with
mocktails.
mocktails. And in Nadine's mind, she's probably like, I'll fucking buy you cranberry juice. Like
I don't
what-
care. And
yeah.
it's her birthday. She's like, why the fuck?
And we're like all dressed up.
Yeah.
And it's like a sports bar. She's like, guys, it's really like, she's like, it's pretty much like Saddle Ranch. Like, are you sure you want to go there? So we're like, well, Rachel feels bad. Yes, we got to go.
Jimmy's there.
Jimmy's there.
Jimmy hooked it up.
So we walk in and we go upstairs and we're like standing there. And our party's like upstairs in a private room. And like we're standing there at the bar. And Nadine's just like,
What the fuck are
yeah.
we
So
doing?
I asked the bartenders, I'm like,
Where's Jimmy?
where's Jimmy?
And they like kind of look at Olivia like, I don't know Jimmy, but there's a private party like back there.
And we're like, no, we can't go in someone else's private party. And I'm like, but Jimmy's probably up there. So we go up and I just fucking booked it.
She
And
just books it in, and I'm like, fuck, Olivia's walking in. What if they yell surprise when you open the
no,
door?
that's why I walked in and I was like, Jimmy.
She opens the door going, Jimmy?
Just yelling into some stranger's party. is
Yes,
what
but
Nadine
Nadine
thinks.
and I are in the hallway, and Nadine's like, I'm not fucking going into someone's private party. She's like, it's not that big out there, you guys. Like, we can't just walk in. And I'm trying to convince her to walk in, you know? And I'm like, just fucking go. Like, we have to see Jimmy.
What are you, a chicken? Get in there.
So fuck. So you tell her.
You started balking at her?
Pushed her. She just pushed her in.
I just pushed her because she wasn't going to go. Oh my God.
I'm dying. That was my favorite part of the whole evening. Like out of nowhere, like Nadine's all like dressed in her little outfit,
She
like
looked
standing
so
in the hallway.
good.
And Rachel just fucking chucks her into the room.
She would have turned and like clocked you in the face.
Oh my God. It was pretty good.
It was so good.
Ah.
And then she did share with us. She was like, in my head, I was like, who the fuck is this Jimmy guy? And like, why are we chasing him?
It kills me. We were dying. Like,
Dying.
we just keep texting each other, Jimmy.
Yeah. We're like, but Jimmy's going to give us mocktails.
But she had no clue. We pulled it off.
She had
Yeah, you guys, sounds like you guys
Miraculously.
nailed it.
We fucking nailed it.
Flawless execution.
I mean,
we stuck the landing.
we stuck
Yeah.
them. She was surprised. She had no, even when she saw everybody in the room, like her family, whatever, it still took her a second. She was like, they're having a party here? Like, it didn't
Yeah.
compute that it was for her.
I think it worked because it was you two. If it was, because it could have, you guys,
We're fucking basket cases.
yes.
Yeah,
this,
she was
this
like,
could have
This
happened.
wasn't, yeah.
She knows. Yeah. She's like, of course, fucking Rachel's worried about Jimmy on my birthday.
Yeah, put these two insane women on this.
Insane women.
The best is that she believed you were worried about it's
We
her
have to-
birthday.
it's
She's
her
like, I don't
birthday.
think we should go there. It's like not the vibe. And Rachel's like,
But Jimmy.
I know it's your birthday, but I really want those.
And Olivia
mocktails.
keeps going, text Jimmy. Where is he? Text Jim. I'm like, I think upstairs. I don't know.
It's
Oh my
one of my
God.
favorite moments we've ever had.
It was pretty epic.
It was pretty good.
We were like cackling.
Yeah, but you pushing her.
I mean, I pushed her. Like,
Yeah.
Nadine is one of our closest friends. However, we have not known each other that long.
No, now you're like real friends.
We're
when
like
you push a
fucking-
friend,
When you push
Was
a
it,
friend.
what kind of
it's-
door was it? Well, like saloon doors that you just threw her through, or
No, it
the
was,
door was open at that point because I walked through.
The best
wasn't it?
part is like I was like here and I could see the people that she would automatically recognize and be like, those are my people. And I'm like looking, and they're looking at me and she's not coming in. And I'm like,
She said she saw Jeff She saw his face and then she saw him hide behind some random dude and it didn't even register. She was kind of like, is that Jeff hiding behind that
And she
guy?
saw her husband's friend Tony. She's like, oh, is Tony having a party here?
That's who Jeff was hiding behind. Jeff's head just behind that guy. That he doesn't
Why
know.
is it so good? Oh my God. That was pretty good.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was so good.
How were the mocktails?
We didn't even have any,
We didn't have
did we?
mocktails.
Why do you not
I
have
don't-
mocktails at a sober person's birthday party?
We had
Oh, Jeff
Topo
got like a
Chico.
spicy,
like
something virgin margarita. Yeah.
Anyway,
It was great fun.
great fun.
Great fun.
That was pretty.
It was really stressful though.
We were so stressed and we were like so busy that day. I forget what was going on.
So busy.
So busy, so many things. And we're like, and we had to be there at 6 in the valley. And we were like, oh my God.
Yeah. And we showed up, what were we dressed as?
Oh, we were Milli Vanilli. Olivia and I didn't even plan it. We were literally both in leather. She had pants. I had a skirt, high-waisted, black crop top and blazers draped over our shoulders. And they called us Milli Vanilli.
So good. We didn't get a picture.
We didn't get a picture?
I don't think so.
Oh.
We needed a Milli Vanilli
We really did.
picture.
There's a group shot
Is there?
of everyone. Yeah.
Are we
Oh,
next?
yeah.
We're next
But-
to each other. But
But
you can't see our
you
outfit.
can't see it's a vibe. You know?
It's a fucking
And someone
vibe.
actually asked, like, did you guys
My
all
favorite
three
part, though-
plan to wear these leather get-ups?
Someone said that?
Yeah.
I missed that part. My favorite part was this is a perfect dynamic of Olivia and her husband. Can you please tell the story? We were talking about favorite cakes.
Oh. Well, yeah. And I said, Jeff's favorite cake is freezer cake. I said, that's what he calls it, freezer cake. And he's like,
He's like, I've never fucking called it that once in my fucking life.
he's like, oh, I want refrigerator cake.
Oh, I want table cake.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Who calls it freezer cake?
You.
I
Was
would have
this
never
just
come up
like
with
grocery
that.
store cake or ice cream cake?
Ice cream, like
cake.
Dairy
He
Queen
goes, I
cake.
call it fucking ice cream cake. And I
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
what it is.
You're like,
Yeah.
freezer cake. He's
I'm
like,
like-
I've never fucking called it freezer cake in my life. That's pretty great.
but in my mind, Jeff's favorite cake is freezer cake.
I thought you were going to say Jeff was like, I don't like cake. I hate it.
No, he likes freezer cake.
Just like you like singing lessons.
What?
Rachel got me an
Singing lesson?
amazing, we should talk about this because
Yes.
if anyone ever needs this, it's
Yeah.
really awesome and supportive. For my birthday, she got my astrology chart done. And guess what? Candy, what's Candy's last name?
Walking.
What's her, does she have a website?
She does have a website.
we should say it.
Let me.
Guess what Candy said I should focus on?
What? Singing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
CandiesCosmicCircle.com.
You say it 3 times fast.
CandiesCosmicCircle.com. CandiesCosmicCircle.com. CandiesCosmicCircle.com.
If you want your astrology chart read, I would go to her.
Yep.
That's
I
also
had it
what
for my
we got.
birthday too, and that's what we got Nadine for her
Yeah.
birthday.
What does astrology being read mean?
She does your whole chart, like your birth chart. So it'll talk about.
So is that if anyone else was born on the same day as you, it's exactly the same?
No, it's like time of birth,
place,
location.
all of it.
Got it.
Yeah, but hers was so right on. Yours and mine.
So it was yours.
Yeah, totally.
It was so good. But she
We're
did
getting it for you,
say,
Rob.
she
Can't
did
wait.
say, she's like, I see a lot of singing and voice.
Oh,
I know. I was like, ugh.
you're like, don't tell my husband.
don't tell my
that.
husband.
More
that.
voice lessons.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
What,
that's
do they
really
usually
funny.
expire when you get them? Or you have
don't
like
know.
11 of them that
Dude, we were driving through Topanga Canyon the other day, and there's like this big sign that says voice lessons.
Oh, no.
And this guy pulled over to take a picture of it so he could get the number. And I was like, is he serious?
have you never told him that you don't want it?
I tell him all the time.
All right.
He just likes to support and push her towards her dreams,
Okay.
is what it is.
I think he should be a singer.
He is a singer. He has a good voice.
He has a pretty voice.
Yeah. My favorite is that video we have. Jeff and I are
best.
singing singing something, and then Elliot comes in, and we're singing like from Shallow from what's the movie?
Star is Born.
Yeah. And Elliot, he's a lot younger, comes in, he's like, have you ever heard of the Black Demon? It's the best.
It's so good.
It's so good.
That video is amazing. I love when you guys sing together.
Leah's really good too.
Why won't you take my compliment?
I don't want to.
You just deflected it.
I deflected.
You deflected.
I did.
Take it.
No.
I like it when you sing with my husband.
Wink, wink. Do you like to sing, Rob? Can
No.
you carry a tune?
Even alone?
No.
What?
Do you sing along when you listen to all your indie bands?
Occasionally by myself, I guess.
Do you?
Do you?
Depends on what it is.
Well, what do you sing alone to?
I don't know.
You're like Jolene.
Or like
Jolene.
Calvin will
Secret,
like to
like-
sing along, so I've got to with him.
That's cute.
I got caught singing my ass off by myself in my car by my contractor. I was like going for it, you guys.
The guy doing your yard.
Your contractor?
Yeah, but he was standing there, and then I looked up and I was like, "Oh, I'm just like collecting music for work." Like I didn't know
you,
what to
you
say.
came up with the
You-
whole story?
You kept the like
I was
cadence.
so
and-
embarrassed. I kept the music on. I was like, "This is normal." Like I was singing "You and Tequila Make Me Crazy" by Kenny Chesney at the top of my lungs
It's always country.
in front of my house.
You and Tequila make me crazy. The Kenny Chesney. Oh my God.
It was intense and embarrassing. So, what do you do when you get caught singing? Do you ever get caught?
I'm careful that I'm
You're careful?
I'm careful.
Oh, so awkward.
It's always those moments like it's so vulnerable, you know? Like you're
Yeah.
just singing your ass off and you get caught. But why is it so embarrassing? Why should it be? It shouldn't be.
I know. I wanted to be like,
Dive
do you
into
know
that?
this song? Like, sing along.
What if he just started singing along with you?
I would be so touched.
I wonder if like a professional singer, if they get embarrassed when they get caught.
I think there's something like vulnerable about singing by yourself. It's the same like eating by yourself is kind of vulnerable too.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know some people that'll just like start singing and like blurt it out. And I'm always like, oh, they can just do that?
I've
I mean,
seen
I
people-
sing in front of people all the time. Like I have no,
Yeah, you do.
I do not care
Yeah,
at
you
all.
don't care.
But
I've
like
seen
would-
people walk down the street with like headphones and be singing too,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
and just like dancing as they stroll down the road.
Yeah, good for them.
I think I just get so embarrassed. Like I feel like I can carry a tune, but I can't sing well enough where it would be like, you know what I mean? So
Well,
it's
that's
like
what
that
I mean.
in between where you feel like not comfortable.
No.
That's why I was asking if you think professional singers, if
Yeah.
they have any less embarrassment about it because they know they're good singers.
Yeah, I wonder. But you'll just blurt out songs
All the time.
all the time. You don't care.
I don't care because I love to sing, but it's not like I'm doing it to be good. I'm doing it to like let it out.
Okay.
Let's cold FaceTime each one singer and ask them.
Okay, do it.
Who?
I'm picking mine. You guys
I don't
will
have.
ask.
I'm not cold FaceTiming a singer.
Just a quick
Who is it?
Q&A. My friend Matt.
Oh, it's always Matt.
It's always Matt. He'll answer. Hello.
What's up?
We just have one quick question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm here with these two. We're talking about people getting embarrassed singing in the car,
Yeah.
and like when they get caught, if they get embarrassed or not. And the question was, if you're a singer already, do you get less embarrassed? If you get caught singing in the car, do you care?
No.
No. Yeah, because you know how
Can
to
you
sing.
sing us a little ditty?
I'm good at it.
Will you sing Rachel a song?
Can you just bust out something?
You're in a
real quick?
store right now, so this will be.
You're so wonderful.
Oh, I'd be
Oh,
embarrassed.
yeah, Miss Bilson. Oh, yeah.
That was beautiful. That was
it.
gorgeous.
You're in a store right now?
No, I'm recording.
Oh.
Oh.
Jacob Jager.
That would
All
have been better if
Yeah.
he was in a store.
Well, that was it. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
Leah, when Leah and I lived together, we would always sing at the top of our lungs in our condo, like Disney songs.
Yeah.
And my window was open in my bedroom and we were like going off, like every fucking ballad from Disney. And all of a sudden you heard slam, the neighbor slamming.
Slamming their window.
They're like,
Window
enough of
shut.
that.
I
Yeah.
guess that's a question. If you're with Leah and you guys are singing in the car, embarrassment doesn't matter if people
No.
see you.
Nope, not embarrassed at all. Leah, we fucking go there.
So it's purely
Many a video.
by
Many a
yourself.
video.
Just by yourself is embarrassing.
And George too. We do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
by yourself is more vulnerable.
Do you feel like that when you eat in your car and someone looks like you?
Wait,
No.
What? Are you
No.
eating in your car that often?
I ate in my car yesterday.
What'd you eat?
Well, I went into Whole Foods and I got the tuna and those crackers I love.
That Briar loves?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then those little peanut butter filled pretzels. But I was like starving and I didn't have time to like go eat somewhere. So I was like, I'm going to run in and get that. And I was sitting in my car eating. And there is something like embarrassing
Why
about
is
it.
that? What's embarrassing about it?
I don't find that embarrassing, like eating in your car.
You don't like if you were sitting in a parking lot eating and someone's like getting in their car looking at you, you wouldn't like stop
got
for
like
a second.
bowl of soup.
You would
spoon in
just
your
be like,
mouth.
you just like keep eating and look at them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I mean, I don't think I care. I don't really eat in my car though. So
I do. I get down.
I know I've seen your car.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
And it's a
It's
mess.
Oh,
disgusting.
you have like a rule no eating in your
yeah,
car?
kids can't eat in the car either.
What? How do you live life
I don't understand
without
that.
kids eating in a car?
I mean, we also
why
don't
would you-
drive that much. Like
Care that
Do they
much.
eat in Natalie's car?
they do eat in Natalie's car.
Well, yeah, because the majority of the time is in her car. You got snacks. Snacks,
I
y'all.
just don't care about anything that much to not let them.
Yeah,
I'm just like
not precious.
no preciousness.
My car, I have tons of kids in my car all the time, and after school, they need snacks.
They're hungry.
They're hungry, and we're transporting them from school to the
Yeah.
next fucking activity. They got to eat snacks.
yeah.
I know.
It's never been a problem where like he needs to eat.
Wait till the extracurriculars and friends
Yeah,
and
it's so much.
transporting.
He'll eat while we're walking from school.
Oh, you walk.
Nicole doesn't let her kids eat in the
I
car,
know.
and she's got 3 boys.
I know. I don't understand.
She runs a tight ship.
It's not
Yeah,
hard
it's
once you
impressive.
establish the rule. Like Calvin gets it.
I'm not that
I'm just
kind
not
of
that
person.
There's no like off limit.
There's no like no eating on the
Anything.
couch.
We don't have
Just
any
say
of
no
that.
to my children about anything.
No, but we're the same as far as like you can sit on the couch, you can eat. Like I do put a
They can't eat
blanket
on
sometimes.
the couch. He can't eat on the couch either.
Wow.
Are you being serious?
It's serious.
Well,
He
there's
eats at the
certain
kitchen
food.
table.
I'm not going to have you eat spaghetti on the couch.
No,
you know,
but I'll put a blanket down.
and let them eat spaghetti.
Well, sometimes because Shepherd eats it with a spoon. I cut it up and he eats it with a spoon. And we have our kid blankets we put down on the couch. Keep in mind, this is an IKEA couch in the playroom purposely because I have children.
Right.
Yeah,
right?
but why are they eating? Why aren't they eating at the table?
They eat at the coffee table a lot of the time.
So they can watch TV while they eat?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, so Calvin's so slow of an eater that, like, one, we don't have TV on all the time for him because
Right.
he
I get it.
turns into an asshole if we let him watch that much TV and then has to have it turned off. And if he's watching TV while he's eating, he'll be even slower than he already is.
Right.
So,
Yeah, see,
get
I
that.
feel like my kids, because so they'll do like after school care, right? And then homework. And then it's time for dinner at like 5:00. So I'm like, at this point, they need a break. And we used to all eat at the table together, but Jeff comes home a little later. So we let them sit in front of the TV at the coffee table and eat dinner. I found they eat more if they have,
a distraction.
yeah, because if they're at the dining room table, they're trying to get through it so that they can have a break.
Right.
So I'm like, they
Well, that's
are
why
better
like at
off.
Briar's school, like they'll play and then eat lunch. So it's not like lunch rush through so they can get to the
That's
play.
what I mean.
So it's the same mentality.
Yeah, it's like they have time to like relax, eat their food.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're trying to like get through it to be done. To each his own.
All right. You guys want some relationship questions?
Yeah. Let's top it off.
Let's do it.
Jimmy.
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 The milk on the cookie.
The milk on the cookie.
All right. I, 24-year-old female, have chlamydia, and my fiance, 28 male, doesn't. I didn't cheat. That's our title.
So she's had it for a long
So
time.
we had sex one time in October. Ever since then, I've been having pink discharge.
Ooh.
So I go see my gyno in October. She just gave me the results, and I'm positive for chlamydia. I'm 6 months postpartum. How do I get chlamydia? He claims he didn't cheat and also tried convincing me I've slept around, but I haven't. He literally goes out on the weekends, takes time for himself, will be out until 4 a.m.
He cheated.
What is there to do after the clubs close at 2 a.m.? Nothing. I'm with my kid 24/7, don't have time, and just altogether have no interest in cheating.
He cheated.
But she's saying he doesn't have it?
He took the
doesn't
pill
have it.
already. You take a pill, it goes away. He took it right when he had any signs. So then he tested, didn't have chlamydia.
But I think chlamydia can go undetected for a long time.
It
And
can.
I wonder if it just
If she
didn't
was
show
pregnant,
up.
if she's postpartum,
They
it's not like she was
test you, though.
cheating
Well,
while
no,
she
she
was
for
pregnant.
sure got it from him.
They test you while you're pregnant because if you give birth with something like chlamydia, can't the babies go blind or something crazy like that? They have to test. No, it's true. They have to test you for
I've not heard
STDs
this.
while you're
Well,
pregnant.
I know like if you have like herpes, like a
Oh, maybe
herpes
it's
outbreak,
herpes.
something can happen, but I don't know what.
Then you can go blind.
I'm not kidding.
It's something.
There's, like,
There's something
something-
with something, but I forget what it is and what thing it is.
Something with something, but I don't know.
They
But I don't know.
100% test you when you're pregnant. So if she got
Do they?
tested, yes.
Okay. I mean, I believe you.
I remember
remember.
that. And I remember them kept asking like, why? And I'd be like, why is that so important? Like, I don't have anything.
Right.
And it was explained to me like, no, they have to make sure you don't because
Got it. Okay.
something could happen to the baby.
Right.
So if she got it postpartum and he's out till 4 a.m,
I mean,
he cheated on her.
that's what it sounds like. We're not, hey, we don't know the guy.
But
But something's fishy, bless you.
And we know what is.
Well, chlamydia can make you go, like you can't, if you don't treat it as a
Untreated.
woman, it messes with your reproductive,
Fertility.
it messes with your fertility,
should
right?
we call Jeff and ask?
I mean, I feel like we need a doctor
Let's
on
do
this. Oh, yeah, do it. Call
Let's do it. Let's see.
Let's get his opinion.
And then ask him if he gets embarrassed singing.
Do I do FaceTime or?
Yeah, FaceTime.
Okay.
I got to see this beautiful man.
He's going to be like, oh, God, what now?
What? I'm in a
Gorgeous.
meeting. What do you need?
He's going to get so irritated.
I know.
Hi, we have a doctor question.
Okay.
You're being recorded.
Put it close to the mic.
Yeah, I figured.
As if that happens all the time.
What's that supposed to mean, Jeff?
Yeah.
We have questions about chlamydia.
I'm sure you do, Rob.
Hi.
Hi.
Do they always test you when you're pregnant for STDs? Because is there something that can happen to the baby if you have an untreated STD while pregnant?
Yes and yes. So GC, gonococcal, and chlamydia are common tests for pregnancy. Everybody gets them. And they also test for HIV, hepatitis exposure, kind of making sure that you have antibodies to a lot of the more common things too. Well, that's not common, but making sure that you don't have anything that would be known to affect the baby in utero.
Well, what if you have chlamydia? Would it affect the baby? And what are the possible effects of it?
So chlamydia is one of the biggest causes of blindness worldwide.
You were right.
I was right.
Oh, you know a lot about chlamydia.
What's the word for what you are?
Oh, yeah. What am I?
Hold on, let me look it up again.
He found out the word for me.
Ultra-crepidarian. You're an ultra-crepidarian.
What is the definition?
Expressing opinions. One who expresses opinions on matters outside the scope of one's knowledge or expertise.
Well, that's why we knew we had to call you, Jeff.
But I was right. quick question. So if a woman's pregnant, they would check her for an STD. So if she gives birth postpartum and has chlamydia afterwards, her husband cheated on her, right?
I don't. Maybe she cheated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she wrote this and she said she didn't cheat.
She wrote the question.
Can you get it from like a toilet seat or is it?
No. There can be false positives, but they probably not. And they also check typically at more than one occasion during the pregnancy. So you get a full screen at like 20 weeks in the early part of your pregnancy, and then they check for GC chlamydia again and some other things a few weeks before birth because they're going to be coming through the birth canal and can be exposed again. All right, guys, I hope that's helpful. I have to hop off.
Okay,
Thanks,
love
Dr.
you.
Jeff.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Love-
Oh, that was helpful.
See?
Dr.
Sometimes
Jeff.
I'm right, guys. What do you call me? An ultra crusty Terrian?
Yeah, no way I'm ever going to remember that name. That's enough of our shenanigans.
You too.
Everyone learned something.
Everyone, are we taking away something today?
Not
Yes.
chlamydia.
Not chlamydia.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Oh, I get it. We're clapping. Do you get it?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
The clap.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
You literally said it.
You literally said it. Thanks, everybody.